If you're trying to fix the skinny fat physique and you want to do it as fast as possible, but you're a little bit overwhelmed by the mass amount of misinformation out there and a bunch of dudes on steroids and people with great genetics telling you how to fix your skinny fat physique, then this video is for you. I've been able to fix skinny fat over 200 times now, and one thing I've learned across all these guys is that they suffer with the same struggles. They're all not sure what they should do specifically for their body type, their genetics, and their goals. Skinny fat is a little bit different to just being overweight. If you're skinny fat, there's a lack of muscle, but there's still excessive body fat you want to get rid of, quite often down to the stubborn body fat. So if you just go on a conventional cut, do loads of cardio, eat less food, and move more like most people will tell you to do, you'll definitely lose some scale weight, you might lose a little bit of body fat, but you're just going to end up a smaller version of skinny fat because you'll start to lose muscle and barely keep any of the muscle that you already have. And then on the flip side, you might think to yourself, well, if I'm skinny and I still got a bit of body fat, maybe I should go onto a bulk and add some size and then go on the cut. And I've actually helped a lot of guys from this starting point where they've gone on that bulk, they've eaten a little bit too much, or they haven't gained as much muscle as they hoped in that bulk. And by the end of the bulk, they end up just being puffy, gaining more body fat and more insecure about their physique more than ever. And to make things worse, at the end of this bulk, you're going to have a bigger cut waiting for you, which means if you do that wrong, you may end up losing a lot of muscle because the body loves to go back to its default settings. So neither a cut or bulk is really going to be optimal for fixing skinny fat, especially if you want to do it fast. And in this video, I want to show you what I've done to help these 200 guys transform and lose body fat and gain muscle in as little as 11 weeks all the way up to 12 months. So let me break this down and simplify it so you can fix skinny fat as fast as possible in the simplest way possible. So what is the goal? We want to lose body fat and we want to gain muscle, and we want to do it quickly and simply. So instead of dropping the calories down massively low, losing energy, losing strength, losing performance, and realizing that that's too much, and then reverse dieting and putting those calories back in and going back onto a bulk, and then realizing you're gaining body fat and you're still kind of skinny fat but just getting a bit bigger, we want to just boil it down and have one thing at a time. And that one thing you want to follow is a simple recomposition. And you've probably heard this before if you're skinny fat, because it's the main fix for skinny fat. However, a lot of people will tell you to eat at maintenance calories. They'll tell you to do loads and loads of cardio. They don't really talk about the specifics of the nutrition and the balance of calories and macros. And if these calories aren't specific enough, you'll probably just end up maintaining and wasting a lot of time and being a little bit unsure about what you're doing is actually even working. Now, a poster child of fixing skinny fat is my client Reese. I show this photo all the time because it's the absolute perfect example. 100% natural, very bad genetics to be honest with you, and this was done in 12 months on the dot in this photo, and it was simply purely a recomposition. There was no bulking phase, there was not necessarily a massive cutting phase, this was a pure recomposition to lose body fat and gain muscle. So let me walk you through exactly what we did. Step one, we worked out his maintenance calories so we could create a small calorie deficit. Not a large calorie deficit, not thousands below, not 3 days of fasting and 800 calories a day, 1200 calories a day. We worked out his maintenance. Now his maintenance worked out around 2,800 given the fact he was on his feet for work. He's a pretty busy chap. We then took a 500 calorie deficit off of that target to create a 500 calorie deficit, which is enough of a deficit to lose 1 pound of fat per week, but not too big of a deficit that he's going to struggle, go over on the weekends, not be able to stick to it longer than a few weeks and start losing loads of energy and strength and performance in the gym. The problem is a lot of guys will start their diet and they just go, right, I need to lock in, bro, and they just drop their calories down 1,200, 1,800. Some guys go below 1,000, or they just fast for 3 days. And yeah, the scales are going to come down. They're going to feel great because they still got residual glycogen from all their bad diet from previous, and they think it's fantastic. But 2, 3, 4 weeks in, depending on how long they last, they crash, they run out of energy, their performance sucks in the gym, and they perpetuate a massive fall off where they just eat loads of food and put it all back in. So this small deficit enables him to keep his strength and his performance, and because it's a small deficit, he's still able to potentially gain muscle because he's going to avoid going catabolic because he's not starving himself. So that was step one. We got his calories right. The next step was making sure that his protein was high enough. Now there's a lot of speculation and arguing about what's the optimal amount of protein. Is it 2 grams per pound of body weight? Is it 1 gram per pound of 1 kilo? Is it lean body weight, current body weight? What I normally do is suggest you go for a healthy percentage to make things really easy and really simple. Once you've worked out your calories and you've taken off your 500 from your maintenance, give yourself a 35% protein, 35% carbs, and then 30% fats. That's going to give you adequate fats to make sure that your body's looking after itself in terms of joint health, hair, skin, nails, hormones, and absorption of nutrients, because you need those essential fatty acids to function. And then you're giving yourself a nice even split between carbs and protein, which makes it easier to hit your targets, gives you a little bit more room for flexibility so it's long-term sustainable, but you also need carbs to get reps in the gym because your body's going to need that glycogen. Now, if you're not sure how to work this out, I do have a free nutritional blueprint. You can download it in the bio. It's completely free and it's exactly how I work out my clients and my personal calories. So you can grab that so you know your numbers exactly. And of course, you need to have a strategy, right? You can't just set those calories and wing it and hope for the best. Let's say you go, right, I need 2,000 calories. I'm going to eat this and eat this and eat this. And I think that's 2,000 calories. Cool, whatever. But it could be 2,300. It could be 2,600. You might be over, you might be under, you don't know. So the best way to go about this is track your food. If you ain't tracking, you're slacking, as they say. And I'm a big advocate for this because I am 34 this year. And I started this stuff when I was 14 and I made zero progress all the way up to around 2021, age, not the year. And that's because I was just eating the right foods. Chicken, broccoli and rice. I was going to the gym 5-6 days a week, training really well, enjoying it, but I looked the same the whole time because my calories weren't definitive enough every single day. I know a lot of influencers do this. They go, oh, people been asking, oh, people always say. Genuinely, I get asked on a very regular basis through my Instagram, at Elite Transformation Project, by the way, follow it. But I had a guy message me the other day telling me that he's been training for 3 years, eating chicken, broccoli and rice, taking creatine, taking his multivitamins, hitting the protein shakes, and he was in the gym 5-6 days a week, training really well, and for 3 years he looked exactly the same. And it sounds like, well, what's going wrong, right? And I simply asked him, what calories have you been hitting daily, and what is your target you're trying to hit? And he said, I don't know. So I asked him to work it out. He worked it out and he was way off and his protein was barely 100 grams per day. Hence why he felt so fatigued, hence why his workouts were struggling, and hence why he wasn't getting the progress. And I get these messages all the time. You need to know your numbers, especially if you're skinny fat, because we're trying to do two things at once. We're trying to lose fat and gain muscle. So if you're too extreme on the cut, it ain't going to work. And if you're too extreme on the bulk, we're going to go backwards. So track those calories. I do think this is a non-negotiable if you want to get the results. If you're not going to take it seriously and you think, oh, tracking, I can't be bothered with that. Oh, that sounds obsessive. If you can't make that simple change, you're probably not going to make it. Now, the only alternative to tracking, if you really don't want to, is a meal plan, but you have to build that meal plan around those numbers. So let's say 2,000 calories per day, 4 meals, 500 calories per meal, prep them, done, stick to that as long as you can. The only downside to that is it gets very boring, very tedious, very quickly. If you forget those meals or haven't had time to prep and you're out and about, or you need to make the best of a bad situation, you haven't really got much in the means of flexibility, you don't really learn much, and making adjustments to those meals can be a bit of a faff. Whereas if you track, you can still prep those meals, but if you need to get something else, you can swap something, track it, and make sure it fits. And if you go over, at least you know by how much and you can fix it. This will guarantee progress. There is no way around it. You can argue all you want. Bottom line is energy in versus energy out. And if you track it and it's 100% correct, there is no way you won't lose body fat. It's not possible. You can't be in a deficit and not lose body fat unless there's some severe medical issue going on there. So make sure you track your calories. If you're not sure how to do that, you can drop me a message on Instagram at Elite Transformation Project and I'll walk you through it. So hopefully that covers the nutrition side of things. Work out your numbers, track everything, and if it ain't working, make an adjustment. This really is 90% of it. I know I've spent a lot of this video talking about that, but to be honest with you, I'm going to show you my transformation here. From here to here, that was just me eating the right foods and training really well. I was super consistent and I was working my ass off and not a lot changed. The second I started tracking my calories, within a few months I went from this to this, and then now I've gone from this to this. And the only thing that changed was I just tracked my calories and I knew my numbers. And anytime I don't track my calories and I kind of wing it, I always fall off or get nowhere. So track those damn calories, right? In case you didn't get the point. Now, the second thing we did with Reese's transformation was his training style. Before he worked with me, he did actually have a personal trainer, and all he got was box jumps, battle ropes, and then going, oh, what's free in the gym? Ah, the leg press. We do legs, mate. Okay, do 10 of those. No. Yeah, good job. Smack him on the ass. See you later. He did that for several months, if not, I think it was over a year. And he looked the same, right? Here's his before and after working with his trainer, right? Not the best, because all the diet advice Reese got was to cut out carbs, cut out the crap, and that was it. And obviously, he wasn't able to do that, and it didn't work. So then Reese obviously got frustrated at his lack of results. He saw a few of my transformations, and he said, look, you know, your guys have gotten leaner to gain muscle. That's what I want to do. My PT's not really helping. What am I doing wrong? What should I do? So we had a quick chat. I walked him through everything. We built the workout routine. And instead of doing the box jumps and the battle ropes and the cardio and chatting about his weekend and telling him not to eat any more carbs after 6 o'clock, we focus on a 3-day training split. Pull, push, legs, right? The famous bro split. Guess what? The basics work. Why? Because he's hitting every muscle group once per week with a nice amount of adequate recovery in between, which meant it was easy to overload with strength and reps over time. Again, keeping it super simple. We focused on getting stronger by tracking his reps, tracking his weights, and doing the same workout routine for several weeks, if not months, before we adjust it. Too many dudes jump from program to program. They go on Instagram. Some guy's like, hey, you want big arms? Just do this workout routine. And they just show you whatever they can make look interesting for Instagram clicks. You know, it's all about getting attention when it comes to the internet. So someone's going to tell you not to do bench press because it's killing your gains. Don't do bicep curls. Do fucking reach around asshole Spider-Man curls. It's just to get your attention. The basics work. And the guys telling you not to do it, do the basics, by the way. They're like, don't do bench press. It's killing your gains. And then if you look at that actual routine that they don't put online, they're just doing bench press because they know it works. They just just want to get your attention. Bit of a side tangent there, but that's one of the reasons I look like this for so long. I just kept, oh, don't do bench press. This man on the internet said don't do it. What do you mean he's on steroids? No, he's not. Why would he lie? For money. So we kept it simple with his training. Pull, push, legs. We tracked everything. We tracked his food. We tracked his weigh-ins and his progress photos once per week. And then we reviewed it every single week to make sure it was all accurate. And if it wasn't, it was easy to tell because his scales would be all over the place. His performance in the gym would be whacked. So we'd make the relevant adjustments. Now, by getting stronger in the gym and increasing the reps and weight over time and keeping things simple, it was easy for him to focus on around a busy schedule. He was feeling motivated because every session was going very, very well. And then because he was hitting his food every single day, every day was a win. So every single week he was losing anywhere between £1 and £2 per week. In the gym, he was adding several reps and kilos to his lifts over and over again. And fast forward that for 12 months consistently with no fuck ups or fall offs. That's how he was able to fix skinny fat, just doing a pure recomposition. And the same happened with my client Matthew. This is a much shorter transformation, somewhere between 14 weeks. Now, Matthew previously did all the cardio, cut out the crap, and he lost a lot of weight, right? Which is great. But then he got stuck in the skinny fat physique where he lost muscle because he wasn't eating enough and he was stuck with a stubborn body fat despite being in a calorie deficit. So for him, we had to actually increase his target slightly and then use that increased target to build strength in the gym to give his body a reason to keep lean mass. And then over time, that meant that his body needed to burn more calories to catch up with the demand for performance and lean mass. And then he was able to lose all the body fat, get shredded as hell with basically no cardio and very decent amount of calories. So getting stronger with a slight calorie deficit and high protein and just making sure it's accurate and consistent is how you're going to fix skinny fat as fast as possible, because you're doing two things at once. You're gaining as much muscle as you can naturally while still being in a deficit to lose body fat. Now, let's say you've already done something like this, or you still want to add size at the end of it. Okay, so like Reese, he gained a lot of muscle, but he still wanted more muscle. Because he's now lean and he's gained fitness, conditioning, and good habits, and he knows his numbers when it comes to food and performance, all he has to do now is reverse diet back up to his new maintenance, because his body now needs more calories to keep that physique, and then eat in a slight surplus, 300, 400, 500 above his maintenance, and then change his workouts to be focused on muscle hypertrophy by adding more reps, more time under tension, and maybe even just tweaking the whole workout routine altogether. And then he can go on to a lean bulk. And if he keeps it lean, he can keep gaining muscle without the body fat. And if for some reason the body fat does creep up a bit slightly, guess what? You go back to the recomp, give it 6, 8, 12 weeks, tidy it back up and carry on. Instead of doing a massive bulk and piling on a bunch of fat and then doing a massive cut and losing a load of muscle and performance, recomps and reverse diets into lean bulks is how you're going to fix skinny fat and build the best physique in 2026. And that is exactly how I was able to get over 200 transformations and fix skinny fat quick and simply. And if you want to know a little bit more about this process or how you can go about fixing skinny fat yourself, you can watch this video over here. And if you want my help to walk you through it one-to-one, you can book a call down below. And you can hit like and subscribe if you like this video. And if you don't like the video, you hit dislike. I'm not sensitive, you know. I'll just cry myself asleep.